that was hard to. I'm still thinking about that, you know. But to paradox that, I had a really amazing story, which, you know, if you don't mind, I'll share. And this is brother. I'm here, and he's a 15-year-old that shows up to the emergency department. You know, I don't see his face. I'm just focusing on his blood pressure, which is like almost nothing. And so we're putting an ultrasound on his heart, and there's blood around his heart, so his heart can't beat because there's too much blood. So we put this tube emergently into his heart and relieve the pressure, and his blood pressure spikes back up again. He's still unconscious. 2 days later, the doctor who's taking care of him brings him to me. He's like, "Do you know who this is?" I was like, "I have no idea. I never saw his face." And he's like, "Oh, is that your child?" And he's like, "No, like, look at him." I was like, "I have no idea." And so he asked me, he asked the kid to like lift up his shirt, and I see the scar where I put the tube in. And dude, this guy is smiling like such a beautiful smile, and he's literally gonna be discharged in 2 days. And it's like that smile. So he's just such a beautiful.
Oh, he's geeked,
yeah,
huh?
man. It was probably like the happiest story. If I went to Gaza and I just had that story, I would come back a happy man, you know. And that's what being able to provide medical care is all about. Just that one experience.
Cool. Oh, that's great, dude. Wow, yeah, that's cool.
But you know, that's unfortunately this is too far to comment. You know,
right? I
gave this example, but there's so many kids. You know, I'll tell you one more story if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Just pull it up here real quick. This is a 1-year-old, and there was an explosion. You know, this baby had 85% of the body burned, which is pretty much guaranteed death. The team still tried to get some access into one of the blood vessels to give fluids, but they were unable to, so they had to declare the baby dead.
Why is it hard to get access into a blood vessel of a baby?
Well, with 85% burns, you basically have lost all your volume, your water. There's like no fluid in you anymore
To flow into.
Exactly. So there's just nothing to get access into. So then they had to tell the mom that, you know, the baby died. 1-year-old. The mom collapses. Now I have to take care of the mom. You know? Anyways, after we finally got that taken care of, this is the baby, and this is a 1-year-old baby, and then this is what I see next: the father taking this 1-year-old to the morgue. And it's just like, to me, I see that man, and I'm like, man, would I be that strong to be able to hold my 1-year-old in this foil wrap and walk to the morgue minutes after pronounced dead by the doctor? I don't think I would, you know. And I look at these Gazans, and they're just so used to death at this point that it's like, okay, what's next, you know? And they're like machines. And I think truly it's their faith that gets them through it. You know, they really don't have anything else. We talked about it. There's no humanity left. They feel like no one in the world's listening. And it's really sad, you know, just to hear those stories from them that they just want to be noticed. And I think it's changing. You know, I think in America especially, people are talking about it. Props to you, man. Like